Hey, this is Blake with Worn and Wound, and today we're going to take a look at the Stowa Seatime Prodiver. It's Stowa's more robust dive watch with a 1,000-meter water resistance and helium escape valve. It also features some really interesting contemporary design elements on the bezel and case, as well as some reference to more classic divers in the dial and large orange minute hand. So it's a really interesting marriage between a watch with some serious dive capability and a watch that has some really thoughtful contemporary design. Coming in about $1,000 shipped, the Seatime Prodiver offers quite a number of features for a watch at that price. So taking a look at the dial of the Seatime Prodiver, it's very simple and very legible. It features non-numerical hash markings for the hour with triangular markings at the 12, 3, 6, and 9. Also, you'll see there's the Stowa logo with Seatime Prodiver, as well as automatic marking at 1,000 meters towards the bottom. You also have a date window with white numerals on black background, which is something that we sort of point out in a lot of our reviews. I really like that. I think it maintains the consistency of the color of the dial and doesn't disrupt the general aesthetic. One of the really nice features of the dial are the hands, which are plunger style hands, similar to those found on the Omega Pro Prof. Similar in that there's the large orange minute hand, Roman style sword, a minute and hour hand, and the elongated second hand. However, what's different about this watch is that the Roman style swords have a gentle taper to them that go all the way down the length of the hand, whereas on the traditional plunger hand, you'll see what you might consider almost like a handle of the sword at the base of the hand. And then also what differentiates the heads of this watch, on the plunger hands typically there's a square rectangular dot here at the edge of the second hand, whereas Stowa has a circle. There's really great C3 luminova throughout the dial that is very bright and charges very quickly. You'll find it on the tip of the second hand, both the hour and minute hand, as well as on all of the hour markings on the inside of the dial. Alright, now we're going to take a look at the case of the Prodiver. It's actually one of the highlights of the watch for me. It's got a really nice feel to it. It's really well built. It's got a really nice build quality. And I just love the lines and the geometry of the case. So it's got a really nice, soft, rounded sweep to the sides that's broken up really nicely by this hard break to the side of the case, which you'll see from the profile in just a minute. It's also got this really beautiful external bezel, unidirectional, 60 click, and it has a really nice feel to it. The triangular hash markers line up perfectly with the minute every time. And like I said, it just has a really nice machined feel to it that you look for in a watch of this value. On the actual insert of the bezel, it's got this really nice gray background with black lettering, but then it's got this really beautiful contrasted coloring with black background and silver markings from 0 to 15 minutes. And I just really like that design. It gives you a quick read of the bezel when you're wearing the watch. Alright, so now taking a look at the watch from the side, you really get to see some of the harsher geometry of the watch. You'll see this break that I was mentioning that helps to break up the sweep from viewing from above. It's a really drastic, hard break, and the lugs really come to this protruding, sharp point. I really like that a lot. You also see the coining of the bezel here. It's really precise and really well done, really well machined, and it allows you to grab the bezel really well. And you'll find similarly well done coining on the edge of the crown here, which is also signed with the Stowa logo. Alright, so now we can take a look at the Seatime Prodiver on the wrist. The case measures 42 millimeters in diameter with 53 millimeters lug to lug. It's 15.6 millimeters thick and has a 22 millimeter lug width. So the strap that we have it on right now, it's actually the metal bracelet that the watch comes with. It's a 5-link metal bracelet. The bracelet's quite nice. It has this nice 5-link design, as I mentioned, that provides a nice contour to your wrist, and it has this really nice deployment clasp with the Stowa Seatime logo. So now you can see the Prodiver on the rubber strap that it comes with. Unfortunately, this strap, the watch was actually borrowed from someone, and this strap has been cut to length for their wrist, and I actually can't even get it on my hand with the clasp open. So I'm just going to show it to you this way. It's the rubber strap. Aesthetically, there's not really much to it. It's a really smooth rubber. There's really no texture to it whatsoever on the outside. It's got a nice deployment clasp here, though it is very sturdy, and I'd imagine would be the preferred option were you to actually do some serious diving with this watch. If you're looking for a sportier look, it certainly works, but again, aesthetically, it's not really offering too much to the watch. All right, so finally, I just want to take a look at the Prodiver on a Nato strap, a nylon Nato strap. This is actually the way I've been wearing the watch mostly. It's really the preferred style for me. I really like the additional color that the nylon offers, and also from a comfortability perspective, wearability, it just makes the watch much lighter and easier to wear. This is a green nylon Nato strap I purchased from Meritac, and again, I just think it adds a really nice additional dynamic to the watch, and again, it just makes it a lot lighter and more comfortable to wear. Alright, so now we just want to briefly take a look at the case that the Seatime Prodiver comes in. It's this nice diamond plate metal box. It's actually surprisingly light, but very rigid, and I actually think it's a really nice look. It's got this buckle here in the front, and then if you open it up, you have the Stowa logo. Obviously it says here made in Germany. There's a space for your watch and also a pocket for the additional strap and links that fit the metal bracelet. It's a nice package. It's really sparse, but I think it's something that's pretty sturdy and you can probably keep around for a long time. So to wrap things up, the Stowa Seatime Prodiver is a really interesting piece. It really partners well, a watch with a lot of diving prowess with some contemporary interesting design. And I think for $1,000, you're getting a really nice high value product that really makes sense at that price point.